Johnson & Johnson is set to host its annual Investor Day today. The company is going to be laying out its long-term competitive growth plan to lead the next wave of healthcare innovation through technology. Joining us right now in a Squawk Box exclusive is Johnson & Johnson's Chairman and CEO, Joaquin Duato. And Joaquin, first of all, thank you very much for being with us. This is your first Investor Day since the spinoff of the consumer business, and the street's really looking to hear what you have to say about the future.
Thank you, Becky, and thank you for having us today. This is a great day for Johnson & Johnson. This is the beginning of a new era for us, focused on medical technology and innovative medicines. And today, we're going to give us a line of sight to our pipeline, the depth of our pipeline, and also a glimpse into the future of medicine. Take lung cancer, for example. At Johnson & Johnson, we can diagnose lung cancer with our robotic-assisted bronchoscopy system. We can perform surgery with our smart instruments, and we can also treat it with our multi-specific antibodies. So you are going to see that Johnson & Johnson is the only company that can navigate across the entire patient journey. We'll showcase the depth and breadth of our capabilities and how that is going to translate into 2024 guidance and also a competitive top-tier growth outlook for the second half of the decade for Johnson & Johnson.
Let's talk through some of the numbers that you put out this morning, because that will be the first thing that the street digs into. You're saying that operational sales growth for 2024, you're anticipating growth of 5 to 6% with a minimal impact from currency. The street's estimates were closer to 3.6%. So what is it you see that they don't know about yet?
We have had a very strong 2023. We're coming out of a strong 2023 in which we have raised guidance 3 times. So when we think about 2024, we see a continuation of those trends with robust competitive growth of 5 to 6%. And importantly, this is the beginning of a cycle of growth with growth which will be top tier in the second half of the decade of 5 to 7%. So this is all based on the strength of our portfolio and on our pipeline. For example, today, we're going to be talking about our medical technology business. Our medical technology business is growing about 7% in this year-to-date 2023, and we are going to be projecting that by 2027, a third of our sales would be based in new products. When it comes to our innovative medicine or pharmaceutical business, today we're going to disclose that by 2030, we'll have between our portfolio and our pipeline 10 products that would have peak year sales in excess of $5 billion, and that we will be introducing 20 novel medicines by the end of the decade. So the growth, our outlook is based on the strength of our capabilities and the strength and depth of our portfolio and our pipeline that is making a big difference.
I guess the reason you feel the need to talk about the pipeline is the street has had some questions. You've got the loss of exclusivity coming for your biggest seller next year, Stelara. You just want to show people that there's a lot more there?
We want to show people the depth and strength of our capabilities. Look, in medical technology, we are the only company which simultaneously is developing robotic systems in endoluminal, in general surgery, in orthopedics. In pharmaceuticals, innovative medicine, we are the only company that is working in multiple modalities: gene therapy, cell therapy, multi-specific antibodies, oral peptides. So we want to show the depth and strength of our capabilities and how that is going to make a difference for patients and be an example of how we plan to shape the future of medicine through the new Johnson & Johnson based on innovative medicines and medical technology.
Joaquin, there's a Bloomberg report out this morning that says Johnson & Johnson is actively trying to settle about 100 lawsuits that claim the baby powder caused cancer, and if confirmed, that would allow the company to avoid dozens of jury trials scheduled for next year. Is that true?
Our focus here, and this is a question that we get frequently from investors, Becky, is to be able to put a final resolution to this issue. We want to be able to focus on what we know to do well, which is bringing improvements in therapies, in surgery. I can assure you that 99.9% of the people at Johnson & Johnson is focused on that, and our intention is to be able to put final resolution to this issue and keep on doing what we know how to do well.
So it sounds like you are trying to settle because you'd like to clear up and get a resolution done.
We are focused on trying to bring a resolution, and as I said, to get back to be able to focus on what we do well, which is delivering medical technologies and innovative medicines.
Let's talk about some of the things you're doing with medical technology. We talk about artificial intelligence all the time. You are somebody who's in the CEO position right now, who actually has some experience with some of that, because you did serve as the interim chief information officer for a couple of years back in 2018 and 2019. What are you using artificial intelligence for right now, and what can people look for?
Thank you. Technology, and specifically artificial intelligence and machine learning, is going to have a tremendous impact in healthcare. And at Johnson & Johnson, we have all the elements. We have the data sets, we have the proprietary algorithms, we have the computer power, and importantly, we have the people, Becky. We have thousands of people working in data science, working in software engineering, in digital roles that are embedded across our business. We feel very good about where we are positioned there. For example, in medical technology, AI and visualization is going to help surgeons identifying critical structures while they are in the surgery, and also understanding how they can improve the procedure next time. In our pharmaceutical innovative medicine business, we are already bringing to the clinic 2 molecules which are AI-enabled. So we feel very good about how technology is going to help us move science, move medicines and medical technology more in this decade than it has had in the last 100 years. This is going to be a winning combination, and Johnson & Johnson, it's going to be at the middle of it. For us, technology is technology with a purpose, is technology with the goal of improving human health.
Joaquin, you guys are giving guidance for the second half of the decade, too, 2025 to 2030. You're saying operational sales compound annual growth of about 5 to 7%, with earnings per share growth kind of in line with that sales growth, too. How are you able to see out that far? Because it seems like there's a lot of things that could really change that, including whether the U.S. government goes ahead and starts negotiating on drug prices and things. How do you figure that out? And how do you take the drug negotiations into your consideration?
We have good visibility, Becky, on the strength of our pipeline and the number of assets that are projected. As I said before, we plan to introduce 20 novel medicines. We plan to have 10 products that are going to have peak year sales on excess of $5 billion by the end of the decade. And we continue to have improvements and top-tier growth in our medical technology business. The situation regarding with the IRA, it's one that we are looking, and it could affect overall pharmaceutical innovation. But we feel confident that even with the IRA, we're going to be able to deliver in our growth targets for the second half of the decade, based on the strength of our pipeline, based on the strength of our medical technology business.
But if it goes through, you're saying if the Inflation Reduction Act and the government negotiations do go through, it could impact the innovation for drugs because you won't be able to spend as much money on R&D down the road? Is that
down the road it will. Down the road it will. As I said, those factors are already embedded in our outlook, but down the road it will, and it will affect pharmaceutical innovation. The issue here is that Johnson & Johnson, it's always going to be on the side of trying to create an affordable and equitable system for all Americans. The Inflation Reduction Act focuses on the prices, and it's not addressing important topics like, for example, patient affordability. The issue here in the U.S. is patient affordability. About half of the list price of the medicines, 58% of our case, goes to the intermediaries. What we would like is to make sure that these discounts, these rebates, pass through to the patients in order to lower the out-of-pocket costs at the pharmacy counter. That's what it should do. Unfortunately, the focus is more in prices, in list prices, and that's going to have an impact in innovation moving forward. But again, our outlook is positive. We consider that in our outlook for the second half of the decade, and we are confident in delivering top-tier 5 to 7% growth based on the strength of our pipeline, both in our medical devices, medical technology, and innovative medicine business.
The intermediaries you're talking about, pharmacy benefit managers, insurance companies?
Absolutely. Pharmacy benefit managers, insurance companies are the people who are receiving these discounts and rebates. How can we make sure that this goes all or in part to reduce the out-of-pocket costs that patients pay at the pharmacy counter?
Joaquin Duato. Joaquin, thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time, and we will watch to see what else you have to say to the street.
Thank you, Becky. Excited for today. Thank you.